Hi everybody, it's me George here for another uh, desktop environment Windows Manager review, and this time we're going to take a look at i3. Now i3 is a Windows Manager and it's a titled Windows Manager, meaning that your programs are going to be titled and use every inch of space. And you'll see that once I show you the actual Windows Manager itself. So I have it right here on VirtualBox. And I made some changes into it to make it look a little bit better, but I just want to show you what it looks like. So this is this right here is basically i3. All right. So on the top you have, it's sort of a panel, it's more of a status bar, and it gives you information like your volume, your memory, and your swap, and your time and date, and so on. And this is more for like information. Think of it as like Conky, which gives you information on your desktop, because there is no desktop right here at all. All right. So you just have your base screen, your information. You got your workspaces, like if I could change different types of workspaces. So how it works is it utilizes a key binding type of functionality. So you have a super key. It's either your Windows super key or Alt, and then you press one of the other keys. So if I press let's say super key and D, this will bring up D menu, which is on the top here. And this is how I access my programs. There's no menu where I click and all that. This is all done by key binding. So if I do, let's say, a terminal, like XFCE terminal, there you go. And if I hit super key, shift, and Q, quits. Now I could change my workspace, and I have it named with a little icon. See a little desktop and little tux right there. And if I switch it and do, let's say, number 2, that's for web. Number 3 is for my development, such as text editing and programming and stuff like that. Number 4 for Thunder. Number 5 for virtualization, like VirtualBox. Number 6 for playing music. Number 7 for torrent, and nothing on number 8. So I can have different workspaces working, having different programs, and even program for that workspace to start up and use those programs in those workspaces. So if I'm a desktop here with number 1, if I type for, let's say, Firefox, it's going to go to number 2 to web. All right, but you could do all this, and let me show you with the terminal. So I'm going to do super key and enter, and you see the one terminal. And if I do it again and again and so on, all right. So if I hit super key and V, it goes down to vertically, and if I do it again, you see that? Isn't that cool? So you could do a lot of this stuff. It's very helpful for those who are programmers, developers. You want to use every inch of it as much as possible. And just to give you an idea, you see there's no minimum, maximum, or close. They took that out to use as much space as possible. It's either you go here if it has a menu within the program itself. If not, you hit the super key, shift, and Q to quit. All right. So using the key binding and everything helps out greatly. Now, there is a specific way to configure i3. The one specific program is, or should I say file, is the command file. So if, let me go here. And if I type gedit, it's in my home directory, and The file is called config. Now in here, it has everything you need to do to configure what you need to change. Like if you want to change your super key, your mod key. Mod 4 is the Windows, mod 1 is for the Alt, so you could change that there. You could change also what type of terminal you want to use. The i3 Sensible terminal, it's not a good one. Just use a different one. I added a few other things like the volume control and the media control right here. The D menu right here, you could change it. You could use others like Rofi, which is a little bit better if you want to use Rofi. It's similar to D menu. The different other changes and commands, the key bindings, how you shift and split, and all that is right here. Which is not a bad thing. And then you get down here to your workspace. This is where you do all your different workspace functions and stuff. It's right here, and you can move it from one to another, set variables and things of that nature. This part right here is something that I added, and then I made changes on these two right here. You can also do, where is it? All right, right here, programming. You could add programs to start up, when you start your programs. Like, hey, I want a notification right here for Palmac AUR, the indicator, or your volume key, or whatever. That's what you could put right here. This is something that I added. It's not in there by default. This is the pull kit for authentication. I added the shutdown. This is a specific program where if you hit super key, shift, and W, and it'll say, hey, do you want to power down, reboot, hibernate, different other commands and stuff like that. That's what this does. Also, the status bar, the i3 bar. Usually it's i3 status is the standard status command. It looks a little different from this, but I installed i3 blocks, which is more advanced. You could do a lot more to it and scripting and all. I prefer that. And you can also tell, hey, I want it on the top instead of the bottom. Stuff like that. So there's a lot you could do in the configuration file right here and make changes on the look and feel. It uses very little memory. So let me show you real quick. It's using 156 megabytes. That's not bad. So if you have a computer that's low resource, like 2 gigs or maybe 4 gigs, this is a perfect program to utilize, and also hard drive space. Look at that. I'm only using 3.9 gigs, very little. Where my actual let's see, I think it's 10. Oh, it's 19. I'm using 19 on my regular one here. If I add a few other programs and stuff like that, it'll probably be closer towards like maybe 7 or 8 gigs. It'll still be a lot less. So that's not bad also. So hard drive space, you don't have to worry about that as well. Let's see what else. And then there is the i3 block configuration to configure this right here, and you could go in here and make changes like what you want to do with your volume, how to change it, what type of version your channel you're using in the master channel, stuff like that. You can put labels, how often you want it to check it. Add color, if you want to change the color, have a different color, look and feel, stuff like that. There's some that are highlighted that are that have a hash mark to disable it. You could remove it and enable it or whatever, and make whatever changes you want on here. This is the other area that you could go into and look at. Like, let's say Wi-Fi. I don't have Wi-Fi, even though it's showing it up here. Let's see. Let's disable that. Hit save. Super key, Shift and R to reload. Oh, well, didn't show that. Let's say CPU. I don't want to see the CPU. So that's hash mark. Let's remove it out. So watch it. Boom. Gone. Gone. So you could see right there, you can make changes, add and remove, and stuff like that. It's not that hard to do. I really like i3. I have one on my other computer that I use when I do scripting, batch scripting, and stuff like that. I concentrate on what I'm doing and not all the other eye candy stuff and things of that nature. So here's the log out feature. Super key Shift and then W, and let's say P to power down, and there we go. Now I recommend if you go to the i3 website, which is i3wm.org. I'll put all the links down below for references. And in here, they give you as much information, especially the docs section. If you go in there and click on the user guide, this will tell you everything you need to know how to configure i3. Let's see. Let me give you an example. Positions right here. How to position, top or bottom. And you go in there and you type position space top. Simple. It is very easy. They give you the syntax and the sample. Great place for reference information and stuff of that sort. This is one area I would go to. Just exit out there. All right. Another one right here is the Reddit page, and here you could get some ideas and what people are saying and doing. It's a really useful tool right here for people if you want to talk to and communicate. Another reference information is the Wiki, and they give you a lot of good information: key bindings, containers, application launchers, configuration. Look at it; they give you everything. Replacements right here. i3 blocks. This is one right here. J4 status. That's another popular one. Where is it? Ty3 status. That's another one. There are many different types out there. Font Awesome. A lot of people use Font Awesome a lot in i3 because of the little indicators on the top. Tricks. Got tips and tricks right here. This is a good area section. Great reference. This is the reason why a lot of people from other distros come here to get information, even in troubleshooting section. See here. And then they give you other places and you could go to. One that I like is Dotshare.it. The word dot and then share, all one word. Dotshare and then period IT. And go to the section where it says i3, and then here you'll see all these people who contribute information on their i3. So my i3 Arch Linux, if you click that one to give you an example, they'll give you a picture to show how it looks. You see that? Here's their status. See how they have the icons and the indicators and the different colors, and they have the different workspaces. I got some of the information ideas from this person. And if you click here to view, this will be their actual config file. And in here you could get ideas from other people, what they've done, and copy and paste over to your own or make changes and stuff like that. So this is a good place to get ideas. This is his config file. Here's his i3 block config and what he did. See that? If you see these little boxes, that means you don't have a font installed, like Font Awesome. I don't have it installed on my regular one here, my XFC, but if I did, it would show up, and then you wouldn't see that issue. Let's see. They have a few others: Termite, X Resource, any additional notes and links and stuff. Other great resource information I would go to. So, and that's it. And to install i3, which is pretty simple, all you do is, after you install all your basic files and stuff in Xorg and all that, all you have to do is install i3 package group, and that will install the i3WM, the i3 status, and the i3 lock. Those three programs are going to be installed by default. Now you do have to install application launcher like dmenu. It does not include as part of the package of the i3 package, so you need to install that other than i3. So if you install i3, this is what I recommend: install i3 dmenu, install like Firefox, it's a web browser, install a better terminal. I mean, like XFCE for terminal. Oops. Or GNOME terminal, whichever one you want. You need terminal, a better one. A text editor like LeafPad or gedit or whatever. That's simple for you to use. And a file manager like Thunar is really good. PC Man FM is another one, and maybe HTOP, and that's it. Just those programs right there that I showed you right there, base minimum, and then go from there and configure, and that's it. It's a little less intense than some of what you're seeing right now. So hopefully this was helpful. I hope you like i3. Give it a try. If you're interested, go to Manjaro Linux. Manjaro Linux basically is a great website. They do have a community version of i3. Trying to see if I can find it here. No, that's deep in. Oh, here it is. This is their i3 version, so you could download this Archbase i3. Download this into VirtualBox to see if you like how it runs, and then try Arch straight from scratch like how I do it and install the stuff that you need. It's not bad. It's close enough, but it is a really good community for the i3 community out there. And if you go in here, they'll tell you all the programs they have installed in here. Like they have their own version, dmenu, Manjaro. They're using URXVT as their terminal, PCMan for the file manager, Pale Moon for their web browser, Compton for compositing, GPIC View and GIMP for the picture viewing, editing, and so on and so on. They have a lot of cool programs in here. LX Appearance to change the theming and all. They did a very good job. This is a great distro for i3 if you're interested in. But other than that, that's it. That's all I have. So if you have any other questions, leave comments down below. Give me a thumbs up. Let me know that you like this. I'm doing more. I'm sorry I was late. Didn't do one last week. I was so busy. But I'm still continuing on some videos right now for this one. And I have some more. I'm going to work on a desktop manager, desktop environment next time and go over Mate on the next one. So see that next week, and I will see you guys next time. Take care and have a wonderful day.